Welcome to the Tiffany Mika podcast. What we do here is build the strength and courage in you to accomplish your big dreams and goals in your sport. No longer will you feel limited. You won't feel you're not good enough. You won't question whether you will make it. Those doubts will disappear because you will have the competitive edge over your opponents and leave them in your wake. And the bonus is others will notice. Listen up and take notes because I will show you exactly how to do it. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to the Tiffany Mika podcast. It's so awesome to have you here. What we're going to be working through today is something that I find really, really interesting, and what came up in a conversation that I was having with a friend just recently, and I find this really fascinating, is that we don't see things happening, or we don't see that we've achieved anything, or we've won anything, or we've been chosen for a team, or we've qualified for some sort of event or whatever, until we've actually physically been there ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, for example, you don't believe that you've won that tournament until you've physically actually done it yourself. Or you don't feel like you've actually been chosen for that team that you've been desperate to get into until you've physically actually in the team, training with the team. Or you don't feel like you've qualified for some kind of event that's upcoming. Or you don't feel like that you've qualified for the Olympics, for example. You know, because you're not physically there, you're not physically in that. And what I find is that until we actually physically see ourselves there, then where the problem that comes up is that we don't believe that it's actually going to happen. And so the question that I'm going to pose to you today is, what if you could see it before? You could actually physically feel yourself being there. You could actually see yourself being there before you actually, like in body, actually got there. What if that could happen for you? What if that was possible for you? What if it became like deja vu? You know, that it's a French saying, like seen it before. You know, and you have that feeling like when you've been in a situation somewhere and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've been here before. What if you could create that deja vu feeling? Would this be the thing that could help you get over the hump of where you're at? Could be, couldn't it? That deja vu feeling. That's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on how we can create that deja vu feeling for you, so that once you're physically at whatever it is, that goal that you're working towards, and you're actually there, like you'll physically be there, you've actually seen it before, you've actually physically felt it before, you've actually seen it before. So let's have a look at that. So you're probably going through the process at the moment, and I'm going to take a guess. You can probably say, yeah, Tiff, that's exactly how I'm feeling. So I'm going to throw some things out to you, and you're going to tell me whether that's what you're actually feeling at the moment. Is that you're doing the work. You're getting up early. You're putting in the extra time. You're putting in those extra yards. You're putting in those extra kilometers or miles. You're putting in that extra practice. You're putting in that extra training. You're refining your technique. You're refining your skills. You're looking after the diet. You know, your eating regime is really, really good. You're doing everything that you need to do so that you can help perform better and work out better and train better and practice better. You're working out and building strength. You're building speed. You're building agility. You ensure your body is supple, right? You know, you stretch and you do all the things that you need to be doing to make sure your body's flexible. Your training is awesome. Your practice is awesome. You're practicing like under pressure. You're doing those pressure practice sessions. You're doing it all. But you still can't see the results yet. You still don't actually see those results on the scoreboard yet. And then there's that question that arises. Will I ever get there? Will I ever make it? Can I do this? Will it ever happen for me? Why isn't it happening for me? I'm doing the work. Well, let's look at it this way. It could be the fact that you still have that gnawing doubt deep inside of you. It's like you want to believe that it's going to happen, but you should believe that it's going to happen. You should believe that, that it will happen, because belief is everything. You've heard me say it many times before. You need to believe. But being honest with yourself and being honest with me, you still don't have that belief yet, do you? You want to. You're like, yes, I want to believe, but it's still that gnawing feeling in you. You can still feel there's that doubt creeping in. And I hear it with conversations with people. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, you can hear it in the voice. And don't feel bad that you feel this way. It's okay. Honestly, it's all okay that you feel this way right now. But what I want you to understand is we still need to be working at it. So how could we do this? How could we build belief in you? What could you do to build belief in you, to help you overcome that hump or that mountain that you see that's holding you back? You know that you've got it. You can feel like you're just so close to it, but you just can't grasp it yet. How could you do that? How could you really set that belief deep inside you and go, yep, this is what I'm going to do. I can do this. So what I want you to do here is I want you to think of an upcoming event, something that's coming up, a tournament, competition, whatever it may be that's coming up for you. I want you to give yourself about 30 days. So think about something that's on in about 30 days' time, because I want you to give yourself some time to actually work on this. I don't want you to think of, I've got to get this done by tomorrow. We don't want to, that's like cramming for an exam or something, or you're trying to get everything done today because you've left it till the last minute for an assignment and it's due tomorrow or it's due tonight, right? I don't want you to think of that way. You plan it out and give yourself some time. So think of an upcoming event that's around 30 days away. That'll give you some time to work on developing this. So what I want you to do for this event that's coming up is I want you to think about how you want to perform in it. What is the result that you want to have when you perform at this event? And I want you to be really specific, right? So the more specific you are, the more clear you are, then you can exactly see what you need to see. You can exactly feel what you need to feel. Because I want you to not only, and I'll explain some things that you can work through, but I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it deep inside you. Because this emotion, this feeling that you'll have is the feeling that you'll have when you're there physically. So I want you to be very, very specific. So I'll give you some examples very shortly. And when you're doing this exercise, I want you to do this every day. I want you to visualize seeing yourself in that moment of that, winning that event or winning that tournament or winning that competition or winning that round, whatever it is that you're working towards. So here are some great things that you could be thinking about. Holding the trophy above your head, like what would the weight of the trophy feel like? Or holding the trophy at your side, what would the weight feel like? How big is it? What does it look like? Right? Is it shiny gold? Is it silver? Is it a statue of somebody doing that technique in that sport? Right? Be really specific on what the trophy looks like, or the medal, whatever it is. Okay. Then I want you to feel that emotion, feel of what you'd actually be feeling when you have won that competition or that tournament or that event. What kind of emotions would you be feeling? Would you be feeling proud, elated, like completed, like you've completed something, like it's beyond satisfaction. It's not feeling just satisfied. It's like, yeah, I've done it, right? I've done it. That's the feeling that you want to create in you is, I've done it. So what I want you to be thinking about here is I want you to put the images, I want you to put the thoughts, I want you to put the feelings into you of what you want to have. And I'll give you a really good example. If you haven't heard it on my podcast show, I thoroughly recommend that you listen to it. I actually copied a speech that Arnold Schwarzenegger did on his top 5 rules to success. And he was talking about when he took up bodybuilding and then he decided that he wanted to be the world champion bodybuilder, what he would do. So every time that he would train, he knew that every rep that he was doing was getting him a step closer to him becoming the world champion in bodybuilding. So what he would do is, if he struggled with something, he could visualize and actually feel himself holding the trophy above his head of being the world champion bodybuilder. Like he could physically feel it. He could see it, right? He could feel the emotions that go with that. He could really connect with that. What did Arnold do? He did it, didn't he? He became world champion bodybuilder. I think it was about 7 times world champion. He did the same thing with his acting. He did exactly the same thing. He would visualize the finished scenes of what he wanted those scenes to look like. And then he would do it until he got it right, until it got it done the way it needed to be, of what he knew that he needed to feel and see. So that's what you want to be doing here. You want to really connect with what's going on here in you. You want to feel it. You want to see it, and you want to have that deja vu of, I've been here before. So when you get to that actual event, you're like, yep, I've been here before. I've done this. And then you go and do the process and you get it done, and you've accomplished what it is that you've been working on. So I don't want you to think that you just do it once. I want you to do it every day. Keep working on it. Keep thinking of it. Keep seeing it in your mind. Keep feeling it in your body, because it's about you believing it. You believe it. You will see it. You will feel it. And you'll actually physically experience it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, please share them with your friends, because we want to build the Reach Your Potential with Tiff community as big as we possibly can. And always remember this: dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Take care. Talk soon. Before you go, do you want to build confidence, belief, strength and courage in you to go after your big dreams in your life and in your sport? If you do, go to www.tiffany-mika.com and get a copy of my book, Focus: How to Reach Your Potential in Sport, Business and Life. I look forward to seeing you there. Dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams.